Okay, so time for the second video in the Past Revisited series. So this time round we will be following, first up, Calling All Creeps. Right, first impression after a long time. This book still holds up the way it did the first time round I read it, and it's pure B-movie gold in terms of just the story and everything that goes with it. This would make a really good Halloween movie for the kids. So yeah, definitely recommend this. 10 out of 10. I would go into more detail, but I don't want to ruin the book for you. Same thing goes for this one as well. Shocker on Shock Street. I wasn't really impressed by the ending when I read this originally, but now, after all this time, I thought, definitely, it actually works. It's actually probably one of the more superior endings that I've actually come across in a Goosebumps book. Also, it actually, the cliffhanger endings chapters in this one work extremely well. So this is also one of those very rare books which I would put in the 10 out of 10 category and would definitely make a really good Halloween horror film for the kids. Right, moving on, we have Vampire Breath. This book has got that whole take it or leave it type of situation. It's got an interesting concept, but poor execution. Really interesting look at how vampires may very well gain their powers, such as the vampire breath that allows them to do additional stuff that they ordinarily wouldn't be able to do on their own. And that's as far as I can go into it, because obviously I don't want to ruin it for those of you who haven't read it yet. But honestly, you don't have to read it. It's actually not really all that great. It's a 5 out of 10. It's got a really lame ending. It doesn't deserve to have chapters 1 and 2, since it doesn't have any effect on the story whatsoever, and primarily gives you, the reader, mindless information that doesn't come into play in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, Vampire Breath. This one, you can pass it off. However, again, has a very, very interesting concept behind it. But R.L. Stine just didn't do anything good with this one. Okay, now we are into the Werewolf of Fever Swamp, which is just a complete waste of time. This book is absolutely terrible. No wonder it didn't register with me like it did back in the day. And also, this is some really bad artwork. And actually, to be honest with you, this is the British artwork. I wasn't really all that impressed with the original American artwork, which featured a giant wolf sitting by the pond. And to pretty much go into much more detail, the werewolf, when we finally do get to see the werewolf in this, it's actually a pretty disappointing werewolf. Oh yeah, very, very disappointing. Not at all like this image that I'm about to show you. That's right, a Goosebumps t-shirt, released by Fright Rags a few years ago. Werewolf of Fever Swamp. There you go. That is a really cool image. That is a really cool werewolf. I would love to have seen that type of werewolf appear in this book, but guess what? Doesn't. We were cheated. Anyone who goes into the Werewolf of Fever Swamp thinking, oh yeah, this is awesome, you've been cheated. He lied. The man's a liar. Only on that book, by the way. But yeah, to round it off, Calling All Creeps, definitely. Shocker on Shock Street, definitely. Right, and the next video, I'll give you an advanced thing about it. It'll probably be the Night of the Living Dummy series, at least the first 4 books, since I know that's what you people are more or less interested in, considering that Slappy is by far the most popular character within the Goosebumps universe. So we shall leave it at that.